How's it going, YouTube? So today we're going to be reviewing 3 different cordless ratchets. We're going to be reviewing the Mac ratchet, powered by DeWalt, the Milwaukee cordless ratchet, and the Snapon extended reach ratchet. So to start, let's go over the Mac Tools 12-volt ratchet. It's powered by DeWalt. It's got a 1.5 amp hour battery. Overall length of the bare tool is going to be right about 12.5 inches. The selector is on the back of the ratchet. It's got a nice comfort rubber around the back of the handle, and the rest is all hard plastic with a rubber bumper up near the top of the head. Stands by itself real nicely. With the battery, it's running right at about 13 3/4 of an inch. Pretty light tool, feels really balanced in the hand. Does have a light, runs directly off the trigger, so if you are reaching a sort of a tight spot, you can try to feather the trigger, but you're not going to have any light near the head of the bolt unless you're pulling the trigger. 3/8 drive. So now we're going to go over the Milwaukee. It's runs on their M12 platform. This is a 2 amp hour battery, and there's also a 4 amp hour battery that you can put in it. Bare tool runs about 10 1/4 inches. With the battery, about 11. It's got a fuel gauge here on the side. You just pull the trigger, so you got a full battery here. This switch is on the ratchet head. It's a little harder to get to than the Mac, but you're not going to bump it either when you're going into a tight spot. The other thing I like is the light will stay on, so if you pull the trigger and you try to fish it into a tight spot, you are going to have some light. Has a trigger lock if you're storing it or carrying it around in a tool bag. Next, we're going to go over the Snap-on cordless ratchet. This is the extended reach, so it's a lot longer than the other ones. They have a standard length ratchet. Overall, with the battery, this tool is right about 16 inches. From the top of the rubber handle to the end of the ratchet, about 7 inches. This one also comes with a rubber boot. The switch is on the back here. It's a lot stiffer, but this is brand new as well. 3/8 drive, and again, the light runs directly off the trigger, so if you are trying to fish it into a tight spot, you're gonna have to feather the trigger to try to get some light in there. It's got a 2 amp hour battery on it. All the green is a nice hard plastic, and the black is a rubberized coating. The only battery indicator on this one is you'll get a green light when it's fully charged, an orange light when it's getting close to dead, and then a red light when it needs charged. Okay, for our first test, we're going to check speed. We're going to start with the Mac versus the Milwaukee. Got the bolts sticking out the same distance, and we're going to start them at the same time. So the Milwaukee was a little faster on that, and we'll see how the Snap-on stacks up. Okay, now we're going to run the Snap-on versus the Milwaukee. They're at the same height again. So the Snap-on won that one. Okay, now we're going to check breakaway force. Right now I've got my torque wrench set at 40 foot-pounds. We got some bolts in the vise, and we'll get them torqued down and see how good these ratchets are at braking. So I got this all torqued down to 40 foot-pounds. Let's see how the Milwaukee does. Can't break it free. The Mac, still can't do it. Snap-on, busted it right free. Let's try 50 with the Snap-on. $50 foot-pounds. Second try did it. So now let's see if these tools can break their own nut free. Milwaukee can. The Mac can. And the Snap-on can. So after going over all of these, show you some points that I like and some things I don't like about each one. Snap-on, the main downside is the massive head. It's going to be a lot harder to get in some of the tight spots compared to the Milwaukee. You know, a lot smaller head. I also really like the Milwaukee handle. Sometimes if you're in a tight spot and you can barely get a grip on it, it'll still turn. Whereas the Snap-on, you really have to get, you know, not much of a, you have to be right. Your hand has to be right here. The Mac, same as the Milwaukee. No matter where your finger's at, really, you can hit the trigger. Another thing that the Snap-on and the Mac both do, they both have brakes. So as soon as you let off, it stops. Whereas the Milwaukee doesn't have a brake, so it'll continue spinning. That's really up to preference, whichever you like. The Milwaukee with the smaller battery, very slim. I mean, if just one less dimension you have to worry about. If you have the small battery, the big battery, you know, it looks a lot similar to the Mac. The Mac is a lot longer. This is the standard Mac. The Snap-on, you have a lot of reach, you have a lot of breakaway torque manually. But like I said, the big head gets in the way a little bit sometimes.